Hi, everybody. Welcome to another toy of the day here at castorscorner.com. We're really happy to have you guys here today. Go to the website, castorscorner.com, for a full gallery of this figure. Today, we're going to take a look at our Green Lantern, brand new Mcfarlane Toys Green Lantern. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We are at Kastor's Corner. Go check out the Cornercast podcast on Apple Podcasts. This week is with Matthew K. from the Foosh, the photographer there. Does an amazing job. And tomorrow night, coming up on the Cornercast podcast, is our friends at Adventures in Collecting. So they're going to have 2 podcasts out tomorrow. They're going to be really busy. So this new Green Lantern, it was a little bit of a push to try to really get him. He started popping up at Walmarts and Targets. Target street dated him, and only him for some reason. No idea why. And he came in a case which I thought was going to be 3 Jokers to 1 John, and I think that is the case assortment. The one I saw today were 2 Johns, 2 Flashes, and 2 Jokers. So there's different case assortments, and it says like All Stars on the side of it for this one, the one I found today. I found 2 Targets yesterday that had John in stock after a friend of mine or one of our fellow collectors here in Connecticut found him at a local store. And I didn't go there twice. So I was already aggravated because I had planned to go to that Target. I didn't go. And then later on in the day, I was like, oh, I should stop by. And then I didn't. And sure enough, he was there. So then I set my alarm early for this morning and planned to go get him. And Bill woke up before me and got him. He would have picked up one for me too. But it's kind of all these like missed opportunities. So I was really excited to get him. So I drove about 40 minutes in the rain and got him and got one from our friend Ben. So Ben, if you're watching, yours is coming to you tomorrow. So this one is part of a wave. You've seen Nightwing and Bizarro up on that shelf. They are down because they are just got photographed along with John. And I have to say, it is a rather simple costume. If you look at all the other examples of Green Lantern costumes, it is a unitard that is worn just one piece, very spandexy. Just pre-ordered. Hopefully they'll be wild before it ships. They're hitting Targets right now. If I remember correctly, I'll tell everybody right now. I will look it up and tell you what the DCPI is so you guys can go look. It is 087166868. So if you go to your Targets and they have a large number under that DPCI, they are probably his case. So I picked up John, got him in the car, popped off the box, and enjoyed the drive home, taking a close look at him. And he is one of the better Mcfarlane figures. This is one example. Mcfarlane did do a lot of detail work on the costume. There's a lot of, it almost looks like a biker costume. It almost looks like kind of like the different types of material that bikers might wear to kind of protect themselves. So there's all like ridges on here. It's not completely flat. It looks all armored in the ab area as well as the chest area. He does come with a few accessories. So he comes with a very soft plastic armor piece that goes on the front and back. It's completely translucent. It is very, very easy to take on and off. It's very flimsy, like it's very malleable. I wouldn't say flimsy. I would say kind of malleable. You could probably put this on any figure, but what's nice about it is this little piece right here catches on to his actual symbol and it keeps it right in place. So that's a really nice feature. He does have a peg in the back, which allows for his backpack. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. It's translucent. You can see completely through it. It looks a little more solid in color on the camera. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go. This reminds me more of a military pack with kind of like the roll up at the top, but it also fits on him like that. So I think it's dependent on how you want to display him. But there's no problems. The peg is long enough. So even with that translucent piece, the armor piece on, it does fit really nicely, no problems at all, unlike our Boba Fett from the other day. What else? He also comes with a chain gun. Again, completely translucent plastic. You'll see some of the pictures on the website, castorscorner.com, the full gallery, and you'll be able to see he can hold it. He can kind of move with it. So it's pretty big. I think it's a really good accessory to have with him. The more translucent stuff you can get with a Green Lantern, the better off you are. So where are the nitpicks? Where are the problems? Overall, I don't think there's many. I would have liked an alternate hand, considering we have so many other alternate hands in the line, characters from Batman to Superman. All the Superman get alternate hands. And you'll see that in Bizarro. You see that with when we take a look at Red Sun later in the week. The thing is, his Green Lantern hand is open. And that's fine, but I think we all want that Green Lantern fist that could really work with the ring. So that would have been a nice touch. Also, again, I know everybody's got multiple lanterns from DC Universe if you collected it, but these newer generations that are getting into lines like this do not have lanterns. And considering it is an integral part of the character's history and powers, to not include some kind of lantern accessory really does diminish the figure. I mean, we saw it with the DC Essentials line. Hal Jordan didn't come with one. I did get to compare it to, let's see if I can grab them. I did get to compare it to this figure. So this is the NECA John Stewart, and this is the Mcfarlane one. And you can see they're very different as far as the face goes. I know Toy Shiz did a picture of him, and I think, I don't know, maybe he had different painted John Stewart, or it's painted a little differently. I really like this John Stewart. I think they work really well together. And you can throw this Hal in with this John, and I think that they go really well together. John's costume always looks slightly different as the character expanded, and you can use Green Lanterns. You can use this Green Lantern's lanterns with this John if you want to. So, I mean, yes, you have some options for sure. What show would it be if I didn't drop something? You can certainly use these lanterns with this John. But I think Mcfarlane would have did a pretty good job with its own lantern. NECA did a great job with theirs, but the hands don't really lend themselves to holding something this flimsy. Not flimsy, thin. It's a very thin handle, to be honest with you. So I just don't want to step on the other one I dropped. But overall, I think this is good. The other drawback I will say is his ab piece kind of juts down into his crotch area. So when you turn him, you can see that still points, and it kind of looks a little bit odd. So depending on how you pose him, that's a little piece that I know they did it for aesthetics to kind of cover up the joint, but by doing that, it definitely hinders some of the posing options. And the last thing I will say that's a drawback for it is, I know we got a lot of flight stands with Supermans, but I think John should have gotten a flight stand and not one of the disc stands. So that would be my biggest criticism of it. I think overall, this is probably one of the best figures that they've done so far. Hands down. From the accessories he came with to the backpack and the chain gun and the armor piece, I think these are they just set him apart from all the other lanterns we've gotten so far. And I think that they've done a phenomenal job. Now, there are rumors going around that we're going to get another Green Lantern figure later this year. I'm praying. It does make it tempting, doesn't it? I really hope that the rumors are true and we're going to get a Hal Jordan versus another John Stewart. but I guess time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. Also in this costume, there's not a lot of white. So this is definitely more of a modern take on his costume. But he was definitely worth the drive. There is no doubt in my mind he was worth the 40-minute some odd drive to go get this figure. He will probably remain, Infected Superman is pretty good. He'll probably remain up in the display for sure for the foreseeable future. Articulation is great, paint's great, no problems in either of the one I picked up today. Bill said his looked good too. So I mean, they're consistent in quality. He's a good size. He looks good with Flash and the rest of them. There'll be gallery pictures up on the website, castorscorner.com, to take a good look at them. I guess I'll ask if anybody has any questions before I sign off. I really have a fond memory of John reading comic books in the 80s. He will. Yeah, that Superman's pretty good. And I actually have a picture that'll go up on the site later in the week with Bizarro next to Infected Superman, next to the classic Superman, next to the Red Sun Superman. So you can see how they all kind of mix and match parts. I think Bizarro and Infected kind of share parts, and Red Sun and the classic share parts for sure. So, so I hope that they use this more. I think they can get a few more lanterns out of this for sure. Tomar Ray, maybe Hal Jordan, maybe a Sinestro. I'd rather see a Yellow Lantern than Sinestro. They got to get the villains. I want Zoom. I want Sinestro. We got to get these guys some villains for sure. So I guess that's it. Remember to follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. Head over to the website, castorscorner.com, for a full gallery of this guy. Close-ups. You get a good look at his face. You get a good look at the costume. Some comparisons with the Essentials line as well as the other characters in this line. And Cornercast Podcast on Apple Podcasts. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. We did 10 photo shoots tonight. So we have a lot to show you. Everything brand new. Really excited to get to Nightwing and Bizarro, some vintage collection, Mission Fleet. We got everything in the works. So thanks everybody for watching, and go to castorscorner.com to see everything. See you guys tomorrow.